first daffodil. Hey there, garden friends. It's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. Today we are doing the beginnings of spring cleaning on the farm. Raven says if you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? Today we are going to be doing a little bit of spring cleaning in the garden. Not too much, but just enough. There's some things that are driving me absolutely batty. One of them is a project that we're going to be doing with two containers that are by my master bedroom, glass sliding door, so I see them all the time. They're going to get cleaned out and we have a new project to go in there. And then I have two wine barrel containers next to the dining room windows that I see all the time that definitely need to be cleaned out. So we'll be tackling those today. So let's head outside and I will show you the containers that we're going to be working with. Before we head over to those containers, I want to show you some of the other transplanting that I need to do that's going to happen this coming weekend. So these are some of those giant pansies that I got at the nursery on that trip in the last vlog. And they are going to go into some containers out here in the back garden. The other ones, the orangish yellow and white ones, went in the front by the front door. I also have a couple of containers of penstemon. These are ready to go out. They're totally going to be fine because they're really cold hardy, so they're going to go in the cottage garden. Then I have this tray of lunaria and tons of bachelor button, which are totally ready to go out. I think I'm just going to put these bachelor buttons in the landscape back here. They'll be slightly shaded, but that's fine because they're super aggressive growers, and I think that I'll still get plenty of flowers off of them. And then I've got couple trays of poppies, breadseed poppies. So those are going to go in the cottage garden. And just a scattering of snapdragons that I'll also put in the cottage garden because I have a bunch of trays of snapdragon plugs coming soon to replace all the things that got eaten out in the cutting garden by rodents, all of the snapdragons that were destroyed. So the few that I've started here by seed, I'll just stick them in the cottage garden because they'll look pretty interspersed in there. So that's transplanting to happen tomorrow, Saturday, and the next day. Also on the transplant list, delphinium and foxglove. Then after I plant up these two containers that I'm going to show you, I need to clean up these. So these containers have Rudbeckia in them. There's two of them. That one over there. Rudbeckia that I pulled out of the garden last year and just popped in here thinking, well, if it lives, it lives. And it has been living. I have to clean off all of the falling apart stems. Those I left for the birds because they do eat the seeds. And there's also ranunculus popping up in here as well as some tulips. So it's kind of a mess. I just want to clean all that up. This one's even more of a mess. But you can see these Rudbeckia are putting on fresh new growth. So they are very cold hardy, and I will replace, once these ranunculus are done, I'll pull those corms out and then I'll put one more Rudbeckia plant in there because this whole planter will fill up densely with these Rudbeckia. So here are the containers I was talking about that I'm going to change up. This one I've already cleaned out and installed the teepee trellis. So the plan for these, this is the one that still needs to be cleaned out. Over the fall, I think I planted these up at end of October. There was a bunch of pretty mums surrounding this decorative kale. It was the white decorative kale, so it only has a little bit of pink in the center. I also had the, and I can show you what it looks like now, the red decorative kale, which is a bright pink center, darker pink center. So I'm actually going to be growing both of those this fall so that people can purchase them from me, and I can also put them in the landscape. They're amazing. They last for months and months and months. Anyway, I need to pull that stuff out, replace some of the soil. So it'll be like I've done here, bring it up to the top, build a teepee trellis out of 3 poles. I have 3 here to do that. And then I'm going to place seeds of this. This is Thornbergia alata, blushing Susie, black-eyed Susan vine. It is a perennial that's often grown as an annual, And it's a really rare color because usually these are the color of black-eyed Susans, so yellow with black eye. So I'm really excited about this. I think they're going to be so pretty. They will provide a lot of visual interest with the height. These could actually go way, way, way taller. I have read before that they can do 6 to 8 feet high. So this is definitely not 6 to 8 feet, but it'll at least give us something. And I can keep pruning on them and they will keep getting bushier and bushier. So that is the plan. So now I'm going to empty out this container, the one behind me, get it set up just like this one, and then we'll plant these seeds. Now that both of the pots are prepared, I'm going to open my seed packet and see how many seeds I have in here. There's not many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's good. 12 seeds, there's actually 13. I will put 2 seeds per stake, and it says the seed depth is 1/8 of an inch, so that's not very deep at all. I'll put 2 seeds here per stake, and then I'm going to water this in really well because this soil is extremely dry, and these seeds will absolutely not germinate if they don't get enough moisture. So, all right, so those are started, and then I'll do the same on the other side. So my watering can has a rose on it so that there's not just a total deluge of water on these seeds. I will keep checking them, make sure that they stay moist until they germinate. And then we should start getting some beautiful flowers. So you can see what a mess this is. I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes clearing all this up, deadheading, getting rid of the spent blooms and also these old stalks. You can see new Rudbeckia blooms right there, and here's a new one too. So they're coming up. The ranunculus are going to start flowering pretty soon. Yeah, this whole thing is going, and there's tulips in here too. So I'm going to clean up all this dead stuff, clean out all the dead leaves, and make it look a little bit better. Oh my goodness, that looks so much better. I have to wear gloves because these are pretty spiky. Rudbeckia are pretty spiky. They're not thorns, they're like these fine hairs, and they irritate my skin personally. So anyway, yeah, it looks so much better. I cleaned up all the dead stuff, dead and dying stuff. I took off all the leaves that had holes in them, although I do see one that I missed, and it looks so much better. So now we're going to tackle the next one. Here's number 2, less plants to deal with, but still quite a bit of cleanup. So here we go. So that one didn't take nearly as long because there wasn't as much in there. This particular container, back in October and December when we had our major storms, got completely blasted by the water coming down from this lack of downspout here. But in this corner of the roof, it just was gushing over because the downspouts couldn't keep up with it. So this container just kept getting completely deluged with tons of water. And so one of the Rudbeckia, I had planted 4 in here, I think, and 2 of them did not make it, but that's okay. Basically, I didn't expect any of them to make it. I literally yanked them out, not even nicely, from the front cutting garden and popped them in these pots thinking, well, if they live, they live. If they don't, they don't. So they did live, and they are growing nicely. You can see beautiful florets. I saw on the base of all these plants is really nice florets. These over here are ranunculus. So when they're done, I will be able to put more Rudbeckia in here because I have some growing in the greenhouse as seedlings right now. So I'm really happy with that because these pots will stay like this. So Rudbeckia is a perennial for us. They will just get denser and denser, and there is a combination of Rudbeckias in these pots, combination between Prairie Sun, Cherry Brandy, and Indian Summer, I believe, or Indian Sunset. So that's that for this cleanup. I was just going to head over to another section, but I've got to show you this. Are you kidding me right now? It is February 10th. Look at these. Glorious Joseph's Coat roses. These are the ones that I was tying up in a previous video. Pull that off there, but look how beautiful those are. So this whole pillar, all 4 of these pillars, get completely covered in those blooms during the season. But I'm amazed to see them now. That's crazy. Now juxtapose those roses with all of these snowdrops. Look at these leucojum. Oh, they're so pretty. And next to this helichrysum with its silvery leaves, they just look so pretty. So that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please like this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Coming up next is going to be tackling all of the transplanting. So stay tuned for that. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.